Assalamualaikum and welcome back to another video by Sir Shazwan. Today we'll be looking at ELC590 Assessment 2, which is pitching ideas or idea pitching, which we'll be looking at what is idea pitching, what kind of things are involved in pitching your ideas, as well as the details that you need to find out so that you will be able to pitch your ideas to others so that they will be convinced of what you are trying to talk to them. Okay, so without further ado, let's look at this. Right, so for this pitch session, your assessment number 2, so it is a type of persuasive speech, meaning that you have to convince others to be part of what you want to try to tell them. Okay, so just a background of persuasive speech. Traditionally, persuasion involves ethos, which means credibility, logos, which means logic, and pathos, emotion. So whenever you want to persuade someone to do something, you must have the credibility, you must have the logic, as well as you must have the emotion in doing this. Okay, by performing these three elements competently, a speaker can enhance their persuasive power. The more you are able to show off that you are the one to be trusted, the more that you can provide a good logic for them to trust you, as well as the emotional background behind that, then people will be more interested in listening to you, as well as be part of what you want to do. So this propositional feature should be something that is familiar or culturally suitable. Any kind of thing that you want to introduce to others should be familiar, really close to what they can relate to, as well as this appropriate in the terms of culture. Okay, so you will do it in a recorded presentation on the chosen platform. So for any kind of platform that can record what you want to present is suitable. So the duration for 3 to 5 minutes, so that won't be long. So the length of the time that you have been provided, you should use it wisely. And for the weightage is 20%. So that is for your assessment 2. Let's look at what is idea pitching or pitch session. Okay, now this is the breakdown of your pitch session. All right, so for the evaluation, you have clear delivery of ideas, 15% there. You have to have the introduction, the body, and the conclusion. Every single thing, every single part should be clear and shows that what you want to talk about. Second one, confident delivery, 50%. So you have to have vocal variety. Your voice must be putting emphasis on stuff. Maybe just don't be monotone and just flat. Okay, and then you can show off your fluency, how well the words roll off of your how well the sentence come out. Okay, pronunciation, the words that you pronounce must be clear, must be must be correct, as well as articulation, how clear, how they can understand what you are trying to tell them. Okay, and then gestures, your body movement and your posture, your eye contact, as well as the visual aid that you have. So those shows off your confidence, right? Then we have effective and articulate delivery, 5%. The use of language, the grammar, the choice of words, sentence structure, connectives. This tests your language. So whether you use the correct grammar, do you use past tense, present tense, those kinds of things, whether the word that you chose is appropriate, and whether it fits what you want to talk about, and when the structures as well as the connectives. And then the last one, adapt delivery to audience, meaning that your speech is targeted to the audience because you want to sell your idea to your audience. Okay, so that must be the words or everything must be targeted to the audience. Okay, now what is idea pitching? That is the most important thing, because you want to understand what is the concept here. Okay, so the standard meaning of pitch is to toss something lightly, like a ball. So like in a baseball game, you see someone who is throwing the ball into the hitter, so that is called a pitcher. So the job of the pitcher is to toss something to the other person. So when you pitch an idea, a concept or product, you are tossing or throwing your idea to people. So you hope that they like your idea and catch it, meaning that when they catch your idea, they feel like, oh, this is idea very good, I should do this, something like that. Okay, this is another way of saying that you offer an idea for consideration. Maybe you want to sell something to the others, you want to propose a new product, or maybe propose a new, like what we say, concept to others. So you are hoping that what you say to them, they will be interested and want to support you on it. Okay, that is idea pitching. So the task of bringing an idea to someone with the power to do something with it is called a pitch. For sometimes, such an example, you can software ideas, maybe new software, new programs that you can bring to the technological people, so those who are working with technology. Or maybe you want to do more implementation strategies. Maybe you want to do more night classes, or maybe you want to discuss on the length of the classes, those kinds of things. Those are implementation strategies you can discuss with the people who are in related with the field. Movie screenplays, organizational changes, business plans, these are all pitch from one person to another. Okay, because if we want to bring changes onto something, so that is when what you call a pitch. Oh, but always remember, you are the most important part of the presentation. Okay, because you are the one who are giving the pitch. So make sure you present yourself as someone who is smart and a grounded individual, meaning that you are stay humble. You are smart, but stay humble. Okay, do not try to show off anything that might be insulting to others. Okay, be smart, but at the same time be grounded. So key factors to keep in mind are posture, purposeful hand gestures, appropriate pauses, the energy and tone of your voice, and strong eye contact. Okay, your posture should show off that you are someone who is giving the presentation, but at the same time you are willing to be part of them. Okay, purposeful hand gestures, show off your hands, move it around, show that you are talking. Okay, appropriate pauses, stop at appropriate places. Do not suddenly, when you talk, suddenly you stop. For example, make sure you present yourself. Suddenly, that is not appropriate stop. Okay, pauses. Alright. So make sure when you want to use pauses, it is used appropriately. Energy, show off your energy. Okay, especially when you are young, you have a lot of energy. Show off your energy. Talk with passion. Talk with energy. Okay, the tone must be appropriate when you want to talk about. You want to sell something. You must be cheerful, happy, and energetic. Those kinds of things. And strong eye contact, meaning that you must pay attention to who you are speaking to. Okay. So types of idea pitching. There are several types of idea pitching. For example, there are one-word pitch. There are social media pitch, elevator pitch, cold call, email pitch, the follow-up pitch, and the business pitch. So these are kind of what we say self-explanatory, but let's look at it one by one. So one word, sometimes you may call it like one word pitch. You just want to just tell them about what you want to sell in one word. Okay, so maybe you just show the product off. Okay, social media, you can use like your Instagram, your WhatsApp, and your Facebook, those kinds of things to sell your ideas to others. Okay, elevator pitch is somewhere where you are acting like you are in an elevator. You walk into an elevator. You try to sell something in the limited time that you have whenever you are in an elevator. Because sometimes when you want to go from floor A to floor B, from 1 to 6, there are a certain amount of time. So you use that time to try to pitch it to others. Okay. Email pitch is just like you just selling through emails, like those spam emails, something like that. Business pitch is like when you do in the what we say in the when business people come meet the other people to sell off their ideas, those kinds of things. So there are some of idea pitches that you can use. Okay, and then we need to understand the audience as well. because you need to know who are you selling to. Because if you want to sell an idea, you should not sell to the just random people, because you want to, let's face it, whenever in life, anything that you want to do is make money. Alright, this is not a joke, but it's a serious thing. Okay, maybe people say money doesn't make the world go around. Okay, but maybe money doesn't bring happiness, but money can bring things that can be happy to you. Okay, for example. Alright, so the audience, investors is where you want people to put in money for your ideas. They want to invest in you so that you can use the money to make your ideas better or become a reality. Okay, the audience can be also customers, people who want to buy your product, those kinds of things. Sales, for something like that, right? Employees, maybe you want people to work with you, so you need to provide a good pitch to your employees, to your future employees. Partners, if you want to work with others, you need to provide the things that show your company or yourself as someone who is trustworthy, and they can be partners with you, as well as competitors, because sometimes you want to show off that you are better than their competitors, right? So you show off, you pitch your ideas to them. Right, so this is idea pitching 101. So this is how we break down a 1 minute pitch. Okay, so you can look at the intro, around 10 seconds. You introduce yourself, you mention your title or role, team and division, or any kind of thing where are you from. So keep this brief. It's tempting to talk more about yourself, but it won't add more value to the pitch. Focus only what relevant to your problem on the solution. So you introduce yourself. Make sure when you want to pitch an idea, remember to introduce yourself. Where are you from? Okay, maybe your division, your group, title, every kind of thing. And then you don't go more than that. Okay, because the main idea of a pitch is the pitch itself rather than you. Okay, even though you need to show us you're professional, but be brief about that. Okay. Second one, the problem. You need to provide the problem before you pitch the idea. Okay, because they see the problem, then they can understand why you want to give the solution like that. So introduce a problem you have identified, internal or external to your organization. Mention who experiences the problem, what their pain points are, and how it impacts them. Okay, so the problem, how does it affect them, and then what are the main points in the problems, what does it really happen about the problem. Okay, and then you provide the solution, because you're pitching an idea to solve a problem, basically saying lah. So whenever you want to pitch an idea, because you want to solve a problem, so you introduce your proposed solution. Address only the problem identified, no more, no less. Don't add more any problems, because that will not solve anything. Okay. Then briefly describe how you hypothesize your solution will solve the problem initially. Okay. Just don't go too deep into that, because you're just pitching an idea. If they are interested, then they can, at the last part, ask. Okay. So, and then lastly, ask 10 seconds, around like that. This is where you make your ask. Every good pitch has a specific ask. Describe a specific person, resource, skill or action you need to develop your solution. So what you will call to action be. So it means that when you want to your solution here, you have a solution. So you want to act out on a solution. Who is the person who you will go to? Okay. So it will be like your suggestion or recommendation to find the person who is or will be able to make your solution a reality. Okay, so that is the anatomy of a 1 minute pitch. So this is a template for you to look through and see. First things first, you look at the customer need or the problem to be solved, and then you have the solution, product or service description. And then you look at the market size, industry, or the dynamics, those kinds of things, and then the overall team. Okay. So this is the top 12 steps on how to write a brilliant pitch. And if you follow this, hopefully, inshallah, you will be able to produce a good pitch that everyone will feel interested to be part of. Okay, first, introduce yourself. Okay, this is a must. You must introduce yourself because people do not want to buy things from random people who doesn't have the courtesy to introduce themselves. Okay, right, as you learn how to write a pitch speech, you'll find yourself you need to come up with an inventive and catchy way to introduce yourself to sell. Okay? Speak with confidence and start on a sharp hook. Remember, a hook, because you want to grab their attention. Okay, you need to be inventive, you need to be out of the box, because idea pitching have been done a lot, and people have find ways to try to lure or grab or hook the people to buy or to be interested in you. So you need to be more inventive, because there have been a lot of similar and stale way to use this. Okay, don't go for cliches or lines we often see before. Try to go outside of the box, be different on what you start with your pitch. Genuinely catch people's attention so they want to know more, because sometimes because you want to make sure they are really interested in what you are trying to say to them. Second one, use storytelling. Okay? Introduce yourself and then you move to storytelling. What is storytelling? A narrative with a well-shaped story draws people into your presentation. Sometimes you give the story about what happens. Maybe you talk about the problem in the form of a story, so that they can be interested in. They find this is very relevant to them. Okay, investors can especially appraise a well-crafted one. Whenever they listen to you, they feel like, this is very good, right? In starting to write a commercial pitch, model the narrative by thinking of its overall plot. Introduce your idea early and use personal experiences to support your statements. Okay? And then seek to connect with your audience as you do that. And then putting yourself in their shoes is always an outstanding practice as well. Because whenever you want to sell something, you need to make sure that you understand them first, rather than you just try to push something to them. Okay? Whenever you want to write the narrative, remember the plot of the story should be relatable, should be clear, and then should be interesting to them. Okay, and then when you use that, remember to introduce your ideas as well. Okay? Third one, do research on your audience, because you just cannot get your product suddenly move into the audience willy-nilly. Just try to sell to them. They won't be interested because it's not part of what they want. Okay, you need to be able to understand what they need before you can sell it to them. Okay, unless you have a product, then you need to find out who this product fits. Okay? The same goes for your competitors, but moreover, focus on knowing who you are pitching to. Okay, so you need to tailor your content and design to suit what your research throws on the people listening to you. Okay, because whatever you pitch should be based on what you want to sell it to. Okay, maybe you want to sell like a dishwashing liquid. You don't sell them to children, right? You sell them to housewives. You need to sell them to people who are working in the kitchen, those kinds of things. So tailor your content based on what you want to do. Okay, this is key in coming up with a pitch deck that resonates with those who you're interested in impressing, because people who are impressed with what you are saying will tend to be buying your product, especially when you are selling a product. Okay. 4. Define the problem. So the aim of the idea pitching is always to solve a problem. One of the main reasons for idea pitching, okay, is to solve a problem. So identify a problem that you have discovered in the market. This could be an unfulfilled need in the market. For example, maybe they don't have this product yet. Maybe you want to come up with something new that can help solve this problem. That is can be part of that. A problem that will occur in the future as market conditions change. Maybe they don't provide those things anymore. maybe they don't provide this product anymore or something like that. Okay? A practical problem that could be solved with an invention. For example, the self-folding, close folding robot or something, because people don't like to fold closes. Okay. A very specific problem affecting certain kinds of businesses and so on. Those can be part of what you want to pitch to others. Your summary of this problem can be concise and easy to understand, but you may have to include supporting data which proves the problem exists, including statistics, demographics, and external report. Meaning that, for example, you want to show off that people need more solution a solution towards helping people to fold clothes better, faster and easier. Okay, so you need to provide some data that says that people doesn't like to fold clothes, those kinds of things. Okay, support on what you are trying to say. The problem must have something that supports it. Okay. 5. Describe your solution. You have your problem, then you have your solution. So what can you do to solve that problem? Share the solution to the problem that you have identified a moment ago. Okay? For example, if the problem was the local businesses struggle to manage their employee rosters, the solution might be an innovative new piece of software that makes employee management easy. For example, like that. Okay? Then you can deliver a short description of your solution. For example, this is a software which makes you manage your employee better because it keeps track of them or something like that. So describe your solution a bit. So you might find it useful to include some of the business's branding elements as you introduce the solution. Sometimes you have the brand here, so you can talk about the brand for a bit, and then you introduce the solution as well as the brand. Okay. This will give the impression that you have a complete and robust product or service that is ready for market. Okay, something that you describe well, the product that you describe well, as well as they have the elements that shows off it is ready to be sell. Okay, so that will be useful. 6. Use common language. What does it mean by that? You want to be relatable. The audience should be able to understand you well. Okay, so don't use complicated jargons even as you navigate technical items. Try to be as clear, as simple as you can. Okay, it doesn't mean that you think that the audience cannot understand, but sometimes you just want to be simple and direct. Okay, you must excel at what you do to focus on that business we imagine. Okay. And there must be abundant knowledge you can share on your company processes. Okay? Maybe they have like this simple process called thingamajiggy, thingamabob, so those kinds of things. Okay, but people do not need to know every single detail. Okay, they doesn't need to know that it's processed through a machine here and there. Those kinds of things. They doesn't need to know. Okay, if somebody can understand what you mean or has difficulty achieving that, you'll lose that person. Don't be too technical, don't use complicated jargon, don't be bombastic, be simple, relatable, easy. Okay? Then simplify. Common language drives engagement. Okay? If you just want to be using technical terms and then just be like a show off, people won't be interested in listening to you. Because they will think that you are just a show off. Okay? Prepare a stunning design. Okay? Captivate your audience on the sleekest and great design. Okay, your product should be they look great, they look awesome, they look interesting, they look beautiful. Those kinds of things. Okay, a perfect pitch isn't just about grasping how to write pitch presentation on the content side. You'll need a professional looking presentation that goes beyond commonality in design. If it just shows something that is common, even though you have a great pitch presentation, it doesn't work like that. Okay, because whatever you pitch should be as strong as what you are showing. Okay, it needs to stand out, yet don't let it take the focus away from you either, because you are the one who are talking, Your product is just complementing what you are saying. Okay, it needs to be just right. Don't too much, don't too less. Okay, and then use high quality images or no photos at all, for example, and ensure it's readable from afar. Whenever you want to present something, just bring the product or use high quality images of the product so that they can see the features and the details on the product that you want to sell. Or you don't no photos at all. Okay, if you don't use any photos, then maybe it's going to be bad. But sometimes you just want to talk about your details, right? You can brand it with your logo and help that with your choice in fonts and colors. Okay, remember, you are selling your idea, product, business as a memorable and relevant one when you pitch. Make it part of you. Okay, don't make it overshadow you, but make it part of you or something that complements you in your pitch presentation. Respect your time frame. It's the 8th one. Okay, 8 tips. 8 tip. Never go beyond the time you've been allocated for a pitch. Okay, for sometimes you are given like 1 minute to go to do a pitch, or maybe sometimes you are just given 3 to 5 minutes. So this is for your assessment, 3 to 5 minutes, or maybe you are given 10 minutes to do a pitch. So never go beyond the time you've been allocated. Okay. On the contrary, stay on the short side to enhance how concise you are. Because whenever you go beyond the time given, you tend to be misdirecting the focus. Okay, people won't be interested in listening to very long pitch. Short, concise, stay on the path, the short side, on the path. Handling your time well is crucial to prove your ability to dominate business needs. Okay, and you also need to leave time aside for questions when you're finished presenting. Okay, because sometimes people want to ask you, okay, how does it work? How does it feel? How does it function? Those kinds of things. So whenever you have less, you are beyond the time you are given. So you are going to take more time for the Q&A. So it doesn't show that you are professional, because you are just lengthening time, making it worse for you. Okay, time yourself as you practice, which leads us to the next step, which is rehearse like crazy. Okay, practice and practice. Tie to the point before. Go over your pitch as much as possible before the real shot. Practice in front of a mirror, practice in front of your friends. Any kind of practice you can do, you do. Okay, practice your speech with as many people from different backgrounds as you can. Sometimes you get different kind of feedbacks. Okay, make sure everyone understands everything you are saying. Try to be clear, your cohesion, those kinds of things. Articulate the words properly, make it clear, make it audible, those kinds of things. Okay, if they don't, rewrite your speech. Okay, and then you do it again to them. Okay, get feedback and listen to it. Sometimes they have maybe you need to increase your voice, or maybe you need to talk louder. Those kinds of feedback, listen to it and then improve on what you are doing. Okay, implement what comes your way, right? Those kinds of things. 10. End memorably. Prepare a compelling ending that leaves a lasting impression. Okay, something that feels you need to do something. Okay, that is what we call to action. Means that you are giving suggestion, recommendation, so that they will be doing something. For example, people should buy this more because this is very important to have a clean bathroom or something. Okay, that is what they call an action to okay. To do that, clearly state what you expect from your audience, meaning that what you want them to do. You don't, and then remember, you need to show. Don't just tell your audience how confident you are about what you need and set out to do. Okay, show it. Maybe, for example, you want to do something, you will talk to someone, you will deal with these people. Okay, something you must need to show something that you are talking you are walking the walk, not just talking the talk. Okay. 11. add contact details, especially in business pitch. Okay, because you want to help people to get in touch with you with visible details as you wrap up. Because sometimes people might want to ask you additional questions. Maybe they want to make a deal with you. That is kind of something like that, right? Okay. In business, the goal is to be called to a meeting or a more private chat, or to lead your idea as a major project leader. So leave your communication channels wide open for that to happen. Yet, if you're pitching in a more public space, make sure people know how to reach you. You can leave your phone number, your email address, or maybe you have a, like what we say, business card. You can leave it to the others so that they will be able to know how to get in touch with you. It's especially important because if you want to sell your ideas to others, that is how you show your that is how people can contact you. And then the last one, differentiate yourself from competitors. Why they should buy from you compared to buy from A or B? Okay, why should you get the golden deal? No, that is a very weird one. Okay, sell yourself doesn't mean directly. Okay, means that you need to show that you are the one they should trust, so that you know everything there is to know about the industry you are breaking into. Okay, and then that your idea or product will be 10 times better than any competitor in the market now, because you want to sell your ideas to show that you are the one who is better than everyone else. Okay, that is how you sell yourself. Okay, and that is it. This is, we talk about idea pitching, the details of the assignment, and then what is idea pitching, what is involved in the different types of idea pitching, as well as what we the tips for you to have a good idea pitching. So hopefully that will help you with your task in doing your idea pitching. Thank you very much for listening to me. My name is Sir Shazwan. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you very much. Bye bye.